Okay guys, well here we are inside of one of the barrack rooms of Fort Dobbs. Out of the 3-story high blockhouse that was here, we think 4 of the rooms through that building in the 1750s would have been used as barrack space for the enlisted soldiers, making up the bulk of this company's garrison of 50 men. Like many British forts, we believe Fort Dobbs would have saved on furniture in the barrack rooms by allowing the soldiers to sleep 2 men to each berth, each level of a bed. Bunks in British forts could either be a single level of beds or they could be 2 tiers high, which is what we've chosen to recreate in our barracks here today. Each bed is equipped with a straw palliasse or mattress. There's a long straw bolster, a pillow for 2 men to share. Each soldier would be issued his own woolen blanket to complete his bed setup. So the men living in here, probably 10 or 12 soldiers altogether, would have been divided into 2 smaller groups for cooking purposes, each referred to as a mess. A mess of 5 or 6 men would receive all of their food rations in bulk issued from the fort's supply room every day, and then would bring their food back to their barracks room to prepare it themselves. There is no kitchen in Fort Dobbs, there are no dedicated cooks. It was up to the men of each mess to figure out how to prepare their victuals. A British soldier serving in Europe at the same time that Fort Dobbs was active on the North Carolina frontier described in writing his first time being thrown into the role of cook for his mess, and as he put it, managed the affair very indifferently. Typically, a single man's worth of food is likely going to consist here of about a pound of meat every day. We found in the course of archaeology evidence not only of salted pork being consumed, but occasional hunting for deer. We found a lot of deer remains here, and quite a bit of beef. Apparently, beef on the hoof, live cattle, were often driven in herds to Fort Dobbs. The animals slaughtered and butchered here, some of the meat salted, and some of it issued out fresh, depending on circumstances and the time of year. Besides a pound of meat, each man will receive a pound of flour or cornmeal, perhaps. We don't know for certain if they ever constructed mud bread baking ovens outside of this fort, but that would certainly be a possibility in order to get leavened loaves of soft bread. In lieu of bread ovens, the men could have mixed up their flour with water and boiled it as dumplings in with broth from boiling their meat in a kettle. They could have made it into cakes that they could bake over the coals of the fire, or make it into various sorts of puddings or gruels that they could eat as well. Besides meat and flour, they'll receive a little bit of dried rice or peas or oats every day, and a ration of salt, butter, and vinegar. For fresh seasonal produce or perhaps dried or pickled preserves, the men would be expected to pool their money, and the mess could purchase goods from local farmers who are not going to pass up a business opportunity of selling food to hungry mouths here at the fort. And like at many forts, these men very likely established vegetable gardens that they could tend in their free time.